On April 1st, 2011, in what seems to be the cruelest prank ever pulled on a movie-going audience, Universal Studios released the animated feature Hop. Prior to its release, Universal went all out in its ad campaign, which included collaborations with 92 promotional partners, most importantly Webkinz. The LA premiere was attended by the 2000s hottest stars, as well as the cast and some people wearing suits designed after some of the movie's iconic characters. The budget of this movie was $63 million, most of which probably went to the marketing team rather than the writers, and it grossed a shocking $184 million at the box office. So, this movie has a lot of issues. Before I get into them, I will give a very quick summary of the plot and characters. EB. Yes, that stands for Easter Bunny. Entitled little shit who likes playing drums and hates having responsibilities. Fred. Lazy guy whose only personality traits are that he has a very personal connection to Easter and he is extremely lazy. Easter Bunny. Literally just an Easter bunny. He wears a little coat like Wonka. Carlos. A chick who leads a coup d'etat against the bunnies and for some reason has a Mexican accent. More on this later. Also the pink berets who are sent by Evie's father to get him. EB says, "I'm not like other boys. I want to play drums and have no responsibilities," which shows that he is in fact just like all other boys. He then fucks off to Hollywood, Fred hits him with his car, EB guilt trips him into letting him stay with him, then ruins a job opportunity for Fred, and then they bond? EB hits on Fred's sister, then reveals that he's the heir to the Easter Bunny Trust Fund, but doesn't want to follow in his father's rabbit tracks or whatever. Fred says, "I love Easter," and comes up with the genius idea that he, a human, should be the Easter Bunny, because why not? We enter the worst montage ever where Fred is being trained to be the Easter Bunny while Carlos trains to start his coup d'etat. EB then fakes his death with a turkey to escape the pink berets and goes to a talent show hosted by David Hasselhoff. Carlos starts a race war with the rabbits. EB ditches the David Hasselhoff talent show to return to Easter Island. Did I forget to mention the Easter candy factories and all the bunnies live on Easter Island? Anyways, EB stops the race war by drumming and then enters a domestic partnership with Fred where they share custody of the ugly egg scepter that gives the power of Easter, and Fred finally impresses his family. So, here are some issues that I have with this movie. 1. The bunnies and chicks all live on Easter Island, which is just inappropriate. But to add insult to injury, the main antagonist of this movie, Carlos, is a Mexican chick who is dead set on taking over Easter and usurping the Easter Bunny's leadership. Why does Carlos have a Mexican accent? Well, he's played by Hank Azaria, who, if you don't know, is a voice actor known for lending his talent to hit show The Simpsons and voices many characters, including the racist caricature Apu. With Hank Azaria's already illustrious past of offensive voice work, why not have him voice the antagonist of your animated movie about Easter?
Exactly, senor. I was just going to say that. Phil! Too much marsh, not enough malo!
I don't know if he decided to make the character of Carlos have a thick Mexican accent, but if his track record tells us anything, the answer could be yes. 2. Hank Azaria is not the only problematic aspect of this movie when it comes to the whole chicks versus bunnies race war aspect of the plot, however. The movie shows us that although the bunnies and chicks are both workers under the authoritarian Easter Bunny regime, the chicks are given the much less glamorous jobs, like pulling the egg sleigh and generally being treated as subhuman, or sub-bunny. Anyways, while I'm not opposed to the working class rising up against authority, this was just sloppy, dumb, and insensitive.
What about
3. Just everything about this clip about China.
It's candy, woman!
4. This movie is for children, and while I understand throwing in a couple adult jokes for the parents to understand, it doesn't sit well with me that EB literally goes to the Playboy Mansion and describes himself as a sexy bunny that should be allowed to stay there. Who greenlit this movie? 5. EB pulls a Joe Biden and sniffs Fred's sister's hair, who was under the impression that he is a stuffed animal. Why? He then hits on her later. It just makes no sense, and it's gross. 6. For the David Hasselhoff talent show, EB drums over a mutilated version of Teo Cruz's hit song Dynamite.
Stop! I don't want to hear anymore.
Yeah, me neither, Mr. Hasselhoff. 7. There's a scene where EB, played by Russell Brand, meets Russell Brand, and I absolutely hated it. I can't find the clip anywhere, but this is a horrible quality screenshot. In conclusion, Hop is an utter mess of a movie that serves absolutely no purpose. It isn't incredibly difficult to write cute, fun, animated movies for kids that can also be enjoyed by adults. In fact, the producer of this movie also produced Despicable Me. Hop doesn't make you feel good. Hop is just a gross combination of late 2000s humor, poor writing, and unsympathetic characters that end up being more offensive than entertaining.
Bye, callers!
Okay, ciao. See you later. Enjoy your life of privilege, little Bonnie.
I hate this movie! I hate this rabbit, and I hate his whole family.